So, like I always tell you, I'm about speaking positivity and speaking things into existence. So when you win this campaign,
go ahead now.
What are you going to implement into the judicial system that is not already there? What do you feel like are going to be your attributes?
Right. So there's a couple of things that as I've been practicing for going on 8 years now. A lot of what I do has been criminal defense work, and so the bench that I'm looking for to run in is the criminal bench for the 185th Criminal District Court. In practicing, there are a lot of things that I see that really bother me, and they're reflected also in the statistics that are just in the community. You're talking about fair sentencing. Minorities are sentenced for every white defendant that's sentenced. It's more likely that the black defendant or the Latino defendant that's also sentenced for that same exact crime is going to be sentenced at a harsher, longer rate. When you look at it, the majority is getting sentenced far fewer. They're getting more probations, while the minorities, the black and Hispanic community, are receiving these harsher sentences. And there has to be a reason other than, well, they did something worse. I'm talking about comparable crimes where we're receiving disparate sentences. So that's one thing, fair sentencing for the minority communities. Another thing I want to deal with is bail bond. Every time somebody is charged with a crime, then they set what's called bail for you. You got to pay a certain amount in order to make sure that you don't sit in jail for the duration of your case, right? Problem is, a lot of the bail bonds that are being set are higher than people can afford. The whole reason for a bail bond is to secure somebody's presence in court for trial or for court proceedings. It's not supposed to be overly excessive. It's not supposed to be punitive, because as it stands, you're not guilty of a crime yet, right? But you have a lot of people that are sitting in jail who have yet to be found guilty of something, but are actually paying the price for something that hasn't been adjudicated yet.
Is that something like the Khalif Browder story that was?
And that's a great point, Apache. Khalif Browder sat there for a year and a half, I think.
Yes. For
completely innocent, but his bond was set so high that he couldn't get out.
Wow.
Ends up, fast forward, they drop his case, and he ends up committing suicide because he can't adjust to the lifestyle afterwards. And Harris County right now, in the misdemeanor courts have been sued because of the bail practices. I'd rather be the solution and not the problem on this. So, setting bail bonds that are lower, that people can get home, they can afford to still take care of their families, they can afford to hire the defense attorney of their choice instead of taking somebody that they don't know. And we've already got an overworked public defender's office. Our public defenders are magnificent, but they do a lot. And you're talking about, for the conservatives, if you want to talk about tax dollars, well, if we can keep these people out of jail, then guess what? We're not overcrowding our jail system, having to put more money into, the jail system for people who haven't even been convicted yet. So there's a fiscal issue to it too.